their social classes and their economic situations. Even today, kimonos are sold in various prices, from the 10,000 yen to 1 million yen.
What? I didn't know that kimono is that expensive.
Oh yeah, I remember that when we visited Tomioka Silk Mill, a World Heritage in Gunma, I learned that to make one sheet of silk cloth, it is needed about 3,000 silkworms. And quite a long time, say 1 year is needed.
Ah, that's why kimono are very expensive. Now, how about the situation in this 21st century? Is kimono still worn by many people?
Okay, let's go back to the 21st century, the time we live now. The answer to your question would be no. You find very few people wearing formal kimono on the street. But there is one exception. Yukata, a kind of casual kimono, is worn by young women when they participate in summer festivals. There are two reasons why yukata is popular. Yukata is much cheaper than kimono and we can wear it easily. When do younger people wear yukata? To find an answer, we conducted a survey and 335 waseda Hojo students participated. Here is the result. 66% of the girls and 42% of the boys say they like to wear yukata for summer festivals. A summer festival in Japan is the time we appreciate Japanese tradition, and young people choose yukata, our folk clothes, to feel our tradition more closely. Now it's your turn to talk about your culture. How about clothing in Indonesia forward?
Okay. It would be impossible to learn about Indonesian culture without talking about batik, one of the most well-known traditional clothing. It is very easy to find people in Indonesia wear batik for daily use. Besides, the government demands the students to wear batik every Friday in order to maintain its existence. Young generation, however, need to know what batik conveys. It tells about Indonesian people's prestige and grandeur. Batik shares the idea that Indonesian peoples are prestigious and gorgeous.
Well, in addition, since the majority of Indonesian people are Muslim, the fashion styles are developing along with hijab. Hijab are supposed to wear by Muslim women like me. So, if we want to wear batik, we must suit it with hijab, so the hijab can get along with batik.
By the way, why Japanese students don't wear a kimono as a uniform?
Good question. We never thought of that. My answer, kimono is too tight and we cannot move actively.
Oh, now I understand. But I have one more question. Why don't you guys wear yukata right now? You promised us to wear yukata for our presentation.
Oh, sorry, Arsha, but there is a good reason. Yukata is a casual wear and it doesn't seem to be a right choice for a formal occasion like a presentation. A proper choice of our folk clothes for such time would be a formal kimono, but it is difficult to wear. It takes a long time for us to wear it.
Oh, I see. Now you understand. We have illustrated why and how clothing becomes the first step to explore your partner's culture. Although 5 of us are dressing up differently, we know Fawaz and Arsha are wearing batik as a formal clothing, and waseda presenters are wearing appropriate clothes for public speaking in Japan.
but we should also be aware of our limitations. In our collaboration, it was after having TV conference and face-to-face meeting that we knew personality of Forward and Ocean. They are representatives from Indonesia, and by now we know Forward is crazy about taking pictures, and while Arsha has a huge collection of kitty goods. The more we knew our personality and culture, the more our collaboration worked out.
At the end of our presentation, let us present a beautiful passage written by Kawakami Hiromi, one of the modern Japanese novelists. It is taken from one of her essays titled Sakaime or Borders. In her essay, she claims that cultural borders are made by people who want to have borders. So, Rizal, please read for us the following passage.
Okay.
I am not you, and you are not him. Summer is not spring, autumn is not winter. Each has its own character and strengths. This diversity makes our life rich. Do you think so too?
Fashion and clothing shows the culture you belong to, as well as your personality. Let's appreciate the richness of our daily life to be better patterns in shared future. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. One student